Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. We have more gaming and PlayStation news, rumours and leaks to go over. If you enjoyed today's video, please show your support by hitting that like button. So it looks like Sony might finally be doing it. Strong reports and rumours from different sources are saying Sony will be doing a big event happening in September. Now obviously nothing has been officially confirmed yet from Sony themselves, but well-known industry insider Jeff Grubb has hinted that Sony is planning either a state of play or a full-blown PlayStation showcase towards the end of the month. And the interesting part is that Jeff Grubb is usually pretty reliable when it comes to these types of things. Think about it, Sony almost always hosts something around September. 3 years in a row, they've now had an event of some kind in September. The very first one in 2022 was a showcase, but the last two have been state of plays. Last year, for example, we got the reveal of Ghost of Yōtei during the September event. That was huge. That was a massive announcement. So naturally, fans are starting to wonder, what could Sony have lined up for this year's event in September? One of the biggest hopes, of course, is Marvel's Wolverine. We all want to see more being revealed from this game. The game that we got to see, the initial trailer, that game was revealed back in 2021, and since then, let's be honest, it's been radio silent. No trailers, no gameplay, not even a teaser. It's been 4 years. Do you think it's about time we saw something new? Then there's rumours about a possible God of War spin-off. Nothing confirmed, but the idea has been floating around for quite some time. And every now and again, we get these rumours and murmurs that appear from nowhere. Could Sony finally show this off during the September event? Or would they hold back and surprise us at a later date? Now, let's be realistic here. While some people are dreaming of big reveals like me, I want to see something massive. Grubb himself he's not sure about which projects will actually make the cut. For example, there was some drama recently about Fairgames, Sony's upcoming live service shooter. Rumours started spreading like wildfire that it was cancelled, but those turned out to be false. So could Sony reveal an update on Fairgames and Marathon, considering they are supposed to be big tentpole live service games, right? It's possible, isn't it? And when it comes to Wolverine, Grubb thinks September might be too early for that one. Instead, we might see smaller updates, maybe more on the Ghost of Yōtei game, maybe more about their weapons or enemies within the game, or perhaps even the rumoured Metroidvania-style God of War project, which has been pushed back to 2026. Is it possible that we could get gameplay or an official reveal of that Metroidvania-style game? The bigger picture is that Sony's first-party lineup right now is a little light. Beyond Ghost of Yōtei, there's not much that's confirmed for the near future. Intergalactic: The Heretic Prophet is still more than a year away, and Guerrilla Games' long-rumoured Horizon Online project hasn't been mentioned in a very long time. We also have Saros from Housemarque, which we were informed we would get more details later this year, so perhaps there is a possibility that we may see Saros and some gameplay from that game at this event in September. If you've been paying attention to Sony's style, they usually focus on just one or two major exclusives at a time, push hard on those, and then move on to the next big thing. They also don't reveal details of any games typically that are over 12 to 18 months away from release. Wolverine was an exception. It's a pattern we've seen throughout the PlayStation 5 lifecycle that PlayStation, Sony, they don't tend to reveal too much too far ahead. So you only get to see visibility of games that are coming out within the next 12 to 18 months. So here's a real question. Will September's event be another small step forward, or will it finally give us a clearer picture of PlayStation's plan heading into 2026 and beyond? What do you think, guys? Will we finally see Wolverine again? Will Sony surprise us with a God of War spin-off, or are we in for something completely unexpected? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's move on to Sony Santa Monica's brand new AAA game, which we may get to see at the PlayStation event. So Santa Monica Studio, the studio behind God of War, has something big in the pipeline. Cory Barlog, who you probably know as the creative director of the studio, has confirmed that his team has been quietly building a brand new IP. And the interesting part is that he's described it as technically ambitious. Now, when someone like Cory Barlog says something is ambitious, that usually means they're aiming for more than just bigger graphics or fancier cutscenes. It suggests they're looking to push the boundaries of what the PlayStation 5 or even future hardware like the PlayStation 6 can do. Cory Barlog goes on to say that this is a project that we've been working on for several years. If all goes well, we're planning to show it later this year, suggesting that they will either be revealing it at a PlayStation event or perhaps the Game Awards at the end of the year. Think about that for a second. A brand new franchise years in development from the same people who gave us the God of War and God of War Ragnarok games. That alone should get people excited and fans paying attention. But here's where things get even more interesting. Santa Monica Studio is not just working on one game. Last year, a senior manager at the company updated their LinkedIn profile and mentioned that the studio had several unannounced projects in development spread across 2 different teams. On the one hand, we've got this mysterious new IP that Cory Barlog is leading, and on the other hand, there might be more games quietly taking shape and being developed on in the background. Could one of them be a God of War spin-off? Could they be experimenting with a completely different genre of game? And here's the clue. Just a few months ago, Sony posted a bunch of job listings for Santa Monica Studios. They were hiring for roles in programming, animation, tools, and design, all tied to an unannounced project. Now, that kind of recruitment usually signals the development is moving into a bigger phase where they need more specialists to bring the vision to life. And let's not forget, Santa Monica's last major release was God of War Ragnarok in 2022. That game was a massive success, both critically and commercially. Earlier this year, the studio celebrated the franchise's 20th year anniversary, even releasing a free update for Ragnarok that included new skins and cosmetic extras as a thank you to the fans. After spending 2 decades building God of War into one of PlayStation's most important series, is Santa Monica Studios ready to create something completely new? And if so, how do you top the legacy of Kratos and God of War? It's a risky move, but it also feels like the right time to try something different. A new IP gives the studio freedom to experiment, freedom to explore different worlds and different characters, and maybe even try different genres that we haven't seen them tackle before in the past. Whatever it turns out to be, we know one thing: it's been in the works for several years and it's being described as one of the studio's most ambitious projects yet. So guys, what do you think? Will Santa Monica surprise us with something that feels just as groundbreaking as God of War? Or will this new project take PlayStation fans in a completely unexpected direction? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and let's move on to another stunning game everyone's talking about right now. And that game is Phantom Blade Zero. Every time we see this game, it just looks better and better. And honestly, it's starting to feel like words don't even do it justice anymore. The new gameplay trailer being played in the background has dropped, and once again, people are blown away. Now, before we take a look at the footage in a bit more detail, here's something important to know. The latest trailer was actually shown by Nvidia. That means what we saw was running on a high-end PC with features like DLSS 4 and RTX ray tracing enabled. In other words, that was the game at its absolute peak, pushed to the limits of modern tech. But don't worry, because we've already seen what Phantom Blade Zero looks like running on a PlayStation 5, and let me tell you, it looks absolutely stunning. Of course, PC will always deliver the best at visuals and quality, but it was very, very good on PlayStation 2. The performance, the fluid combat, the details, it's already shaping up to be one of the most visually impressive games on the console. And speaking of combat, oh my god, this is where the game really shines. The sheer variety of weapons on display, the speed of the swordplay, and the creativity in the attacks is unlike anything we've seen in recent games. There's even a moment in the trailer where the protagonist summons some kind of demon-like spirit to block incoming gunfire. It's one of those moments where you just sit back and go, wow, that was awesome. And for those that don't know, Phantom Blade Zero is an action RPG game being developed by S-Game, a studio based in China. They've described it as a mix of martial arts combat and dark fantasy themes, pulling influence from both Chinese storytelling and more modern action design. It feels fast, it feels intense, and it looks like the kind of game where timing and precision are going to matter just as much as flashy combos. We don't actually have a release date for this game. S-Game has said they'll reveal it later this year. But the fact that they're already showcasing gameplay at this level suggests that they are getting pretty close to revealing the release date. And the big question is, can it deliver on the hype? The trailers look amazing, but how will it actually feel in your hands when you're holding that DualSense controller? Will the gameplay stay exciting beyond the first few hours? And will it bring the depth and variety needed to stand alongside some of PlayStation's best action titles? Think about games like Black Myth Wukong and Stellar Blade. Those games were incredible. Will this live up to that level? One thing is for sure, this isn't a small indie project either. It's shaping up to be a huge blockbuster level game, and with the attention it's already getting worldwide, Phantom Blade Zero can end up being a blockbuster PlayStation title just like Stellar Blade and Black Myth Wukong. Guys, let me know your thoughts on the articles discussed in the video today. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.